Good afternoon, one and all. I would like to speak on Mr. Nilesh Desai, founder and CEO of SME Analytics. He is an MSME expert and is author of the book Export Worldwide, the Opportunities in the Revival of the Sick MSME. Mr. Desai has widespread knowledge in MSME and he is working towards increasing the operational efficiency of the MSME units. He is a fond of writing a daily newsletters to spread awareness about the MSME world. Mr. Desai has vast experience in 41 years in the engineering industry. He is a member in a various committee and represents the interest of MSME. He has traveled extensively and business associations in Australia as well as. In the pictures, UK Deputy High Commissioner Dr. Andrew Flemings visit our stall at DVSC events. Mr. Nilesh Desai, warmly welcome forward this webinar.
Thank you. Thank you, Sneha. Good evening to all. Today's webinar is very important for India's economy. Export Atmanirbhar Bharat for MSMEs. Next slide. See, these are the three wheels of Indian economy to reach $5 trillion economy. You see, in auto we have got generally three wheels: MSME, industry, agriculture, and export. And if these three functions in coordinately, will reach to $5 trillion economy. Right. Export Atmanirbhar Bharat. Recent export data shows India has reached $413 billion export in last financial years. $1 billion. India wants to reach $1 trillion merchandise export and $1 trillion service export by 2030. Because of COVID for last 3 years, as well as recent conflict between Ukraine and Russia has disturbed all supply chains all over the world. Because of COVID, all large MNC have changed their strategy for procurement and adopted policy of China plus one. Next. India has got demographic advantage with large English-speaking population. Indian government has started discussing free trade agreement with many countries, and recent one is between India and Australia. India and UAE also, many such agreements are under active discussion. PM Narendra Modi has called to make India Atmanirbhar Bharat in time of COVID. Does it mean that we have to stop all imports? No, we will have to focus on our competency and develop a competitive edge. India has got a disadvantage of not having large oil reserves. So they have to import oil considerably for running our mills everywhere. And many other items will have to import because of they are either not available or it is not cost effective to make in India. Oh. Why we should look for export? It allows better benchmarking with other international players. With their best practice and technology, and because of low wages in India, will be able to penetrate better. See, this is an advantage when we work with many people in the world. We will be able to understand what is that they are following best, and it can be adapted to India, Indian MSME or Indian market conditions, and that will be a very positive impact on many things. It opens your thinking for the world as a market, rather local or India as a market. and higher volume to be competitive. See, if you today many MSMEs, roughly 6.35 crore MSME, thinks that my market is in Hyderabad or this place or that this thing. They are restricting geographical boundaries. But if you think world as a market, and you start thinking about manufacturing to become competitive all over, then you will be able to reduce the cost because there will be larger volume. This may not be possible in a single stroke, but once you start thinking, your growth trajectory becomes clear. And 3 to 4 crore people are to be shifted from rural areas to make $5 trillion economy and make agriculture robust because of marginal farmers. India has got a problem of marginal farmers, and if we can move 3 to 4 crore people from rural areas to MSME, it will give advantage to Indian economy both the ways, because the consumption level of the workers will go up, as well as level of education also will jump, which will make the society in next 10-12 years more educated. Next, please. Brief of Indian economy. In 1991, India started liberalizing its economy and opened up the animal spirit of Indian entrepreneurship and continuous focus of government on reform. This is work in progress. Innovation energy has been released and moving to a leadership position in the world. Our academics started integrating with industry. You see, last year, India has produced roughly 95 unicorns in startup world, and about 65,000 startup has come up to look into various pain point of Indian society, or and they are thinking by adopting various kind of technology or innovative approach, they will be able to solve certain problems of India. China, being a factory of the world in last 30 years because of demographic advantage, has reached peak and is becoming high wage economy because of average age. Average age of China is 36 against India's 27, 28. Larger middle class in China. Because of their territorial expensive tendency, many MNCs are shifting to other markets, opens up a lot of opportunity for Indian entrepreneurs to grab. It is very big opportunity for Indian MSME to upgrade and welcome this in a big way. There is a big opportunity for Indian MSME entrepreneurs. Either they can become ancillary suppliers to large companies, or they can directly export. And many engineering industry, many pharmaceutical companies are taking advantage of this in for last 20, 30 years. Next. What is India's strength? Demographic advantage, low cost talent, good agriculture base or surplus agri products. See, about 50 years back, we used to get wheat from America under PL 480. Many people will not be knowing. Today, yesterday, or today, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is meeting PM for exploring the possibility whether we can export wheat to various countries. So we have become surplus in many things like wheat, rice, many things. Though we are having a shortage of cooking oil, and because of Indonesia, the cooking oil or palm oil will be in very great shortage. We have got good, large natural resources. Anil Agrawal of Vedanta is continuously talking about large natural resources. earlier one. Large natural resources, good coastal lines. We have got about 7,000 to 8,000 kilometers of coastline. Stable financial system. See, this is a very plus point. In 2008, because of problems in financial system, we have India has come out practically unscratched at that time. That is this thing. Today, Russia wants, because of that conflict and sanctions, they want us to trade in ruble. That is also possibly government is thinking what kind of exchange mechanism can come. And this is very important, dynamic and responsive government policies, both at central and state. UP has come out with one district, one product scheme. Wherever the local artisan has got a strength, they are encouraging them, like our saris in Hyderabad and nearby. See, they are famous for that saris. And Lepakshi and other people are trying to do something in that area. Similarly, we can do many things in our all over India, because every taluka, every district has got some unique strength in handicraft or agriculture or many other technical talents. Now, all our IT companies are looking to tier 2, tier 3 cities for capturing local talent and setting up that shop. So instead of earlier, there was a migration from village to cities because of COVID and the attitude of software industry to establish their software parks or software facilities in tier 2, tier 3 cities. They will reduce, apart from migration, they will also encourage or motivate other youth to look to the opportunities. And thus it will help us to increase our service export from India. Which are the areas where export opportunity exists? Food value chain along with commodities, marine product, metal and its allied accessories. Recently, because of supply chain constraint, India's export of steel has increased many-fold. Leather and leather products, gem and jewelry, these are the only short list, and these are all practically manufactured items. Service sectors will take it up later. Now, how do start export? Apply for IEC code. IEC code stand for Import Export Code. This is practically free. Whatever that online you can do, you don't have to visit any government offices. Understand HS code. So any product will have HS code for their item. They have to understand, because HS code stand from for making in world as one product category, so that there is no dispute between two countries. Apply for RCMC. RCMC stands for registration come for membership certificate. This is very useful with this thing, because government and this thing, they have created a lot of export, specialized export promotion councils. So government wants to export more, and so for each item, practically engineering item, we have got engineering EPC for pharmacy is there, for chemical another this thing is there, for food product there is another export promotion council, and they are ready to help you in all the details. They are ready to handhold you to, for every support what any exporter is requiring. These are the basic steps. The most critical factor is to offer your price in dollars terms generally, and factoring in benefits of export incentive in price. One of the way is to tie up with an export house and also join your products Export Promotion Council. India has got many export promotion council. I have already said they are helpful in many ways, including networking and guidance with many entrepreneurs as members. Next, please. Why is it so much time? Export benefit. IGST, CGST, and SGT refunds will be there. Duty remission scheme is there. Duty exemption scheme is there. Pre-shipment and post-shipment finance is also available. Promotional measure, merchandise export from India, service export from India, and market development assistance. MSME department are ready to give you a lot of facilities. Suppose if you want to take a delegation to visit any foreign exhibition, they are ready to subsidize. Also, if you want to take a part in any exhibition for your product, engineering Export Promotion Council will also subsidize you for that exposure. Thus, government is very proactive in promoting export from India. Say $413 billion export has not come as a this thing because there are supply chain constraint and China plus one strategy. So many opportunities has come and India's export is practically growing at 20-30%. In last 1 year, it has grown and government has got a target to reach 1 trillion manufacturing export and 1 trillion service export. Export cycle, pre-shipment and post-shipment process. Type of exporter, issuing necessary document, IEC, RCMC, company registration, selection of product, what to export. See, you have to understand the demand of your item and what item you would like to export. That is very critical, important parameter in product selection, selection of market, where to export. This is again necessary. Identify the right country to export your product, identifying buyers in that country, generating inquiries, quotation, sampling and negotiation, perform an invoice or sales contract, payment terms. See, various kind of payment terms are there, production and packaging, whether it has to be this is crates, pallets, jumbo bags, food packaging, drums and bundles as per the product. LUT or GST claim process, custom clearance, logistic arrangement, all these are necessary for pre-shipment and post-shipment process. Role of international and Indian organization through website, international bodies. There are chambers like Indian Chamber of Commerce, World Trade Organization, Inter-Country Chamber of Commerce, Local Chamber of Commerce of targeted countries, ITC trade map, Indian government bodies, Ministry of Commerce. Export-import statistics are practically available on real time. So if you look which country has imported what item at what price, all that details you will be able to get from a website. You don't have to go and search. Federation of FICI, CII, SOCAM, those people also have got big export support desk. Director General of Foreign Trade, Indian Trade Portal, Federation of Indian Export Organization known as PO, Export Promotion Council, I have already told, Inspection Council of India, Indian Trade Promotion Organization. Indian Trade Promotion Organization generally every year they conduct one fair in Pragati Maidan. For last 2-3 years it has stopped because of COVID and now they are remodeling that Pragati Maidan. Next. Bias finding, practical session, market analysis, B2G, government websites like EPC, FIFO Indian Trade Portal, 65% of export will happen because of government to government contract. If you keep an eye on government to government supply contracts, you will be able to meet their requirements much early. Foreign government website to find out the list of importers and important leads. Every foreign government has got their own website where you can find out who is importing in that country and how much quantity and all that you can do. This requires a dedicated effort by an individual or MSME unit or a specialized team to be developed depending on your efforts, you will get the returns. B2B, business to business sites, world top B2B sites you can locate. Effective profile creation, this is very critical. If your profile of your country's, your company's catalog should be well designed and catchy. Lead management, if there is a lead which has come and you don't attend to them, you will be failing. So quick response is necessary. Country-wise B2B website, benefit to register with B2B platform. This also can be done. Inter-country Chamber of Commerce, earlier I said, a trade fair. There are a lot of trade fairs happening everywhere on the world. So you can keep an eye. Company website, development assistant, study of the competitors' website, keyword planning, meta keyword and meta description, SEO based parameters, Google My Business, indexing of pages. All these are very helpful when you have identified your product or service which we want to offer. Social media marketing, see, this is very critical. LinkedIn, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, etc. are normally accepted, but another 15 or 20 social media platforms have come up in last 2-3 years. Somebody equal to LinkedIn has come. Somebody in India, we have developed a similar thing to Twitter like Who. So, and there necessarily we have to create effective profile, keywords to find buyers. See, this is again a skill. It is not that by luck you will be able to do it. Keywords should be so that you get right kind of buyers. Group joining, group posting, paid marketing, these are all in social media marketing which you should follow to expand your domestic reach also as well as export. Country-wise yellow pages. I do not know now yellow pages are coming in that big way, but still smaller countries may have yellow pages. So that also you can take advantage. Country-wise trade directories, trade association, Indian embassy, list of Indian embassy abroad. Each Indian embassy will have a trade representative who wants to promote Indian product in that particular country. There also we can take help and they can help you in many ways. Mail format to get help regarding importers, important government direction and website. Mail format to get help regarding trustworthiness of importer or exporter. You can get that something similar to credit rating if you got some importer, so that you can become careful or take precautionary measures dealing with them. See, some countries have got sovereign risk. That also may create a problem. Now, Russia has got lot many sanctions. So suppose if you have got an existing contract with Russia, you may find difficulty. So there are methods how you can overcome that, but you should be sharp enough to understand trade agents, how to find trade agents in targeted country. Many times a trade agent in that country can expand your market size. Advantage of trade agents sharing with that, this you can work on both the sides. You can pay them monthly or you can share some percentage of their export which you receive from them. Next. Next. One slide has gone in between. One slide has gone in between. See, you will have to take export insurance so that you don't take very high this thing. Suppose your items are on high sea, that marine insurance, credit insurance, type of insurance policy, process of claim and settlement, all these you should be aware. So that foreign exchange risk management is also will affect your profitability. So you have to select proper currency. Suppose if you have selected dollar and because of this crisis in the world, because of Ukraine, Russia, dollar prices are going up. There is a threat from US Fed to increase the rate of interest there. They already done by 0.25%. That is making FPI to withdraw the money from India to go back to their country. That is increasing the price of dollar. Means Indian rupee is getting depreciated. That is an advantage to Indian exporter. But this may not happen permanently. So you will have to take a forward contract, means hedging method, exchange earners foreign currency account. This also is a very useful tool. Suppose if you got $1 lakh, you can keep that in dollar denominated currency, and whatever you want to import against that, you can import according to government policy that will hedge the price fluctuation in foreign currency. There are a lot of debt recovery agencies. There is a government body, Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. There also it will be useful for you. Next. Product inspection may be necessary according to your contract between you and your customer. So third-party inspection may be required. It can be government agency, third-party inspection agencies, or lab and office or lab reputed labs which are approved by that particular country. So there are many things which you can do in this thing. Next. Check and how to prepare for export. Check and correct internal systems. Find areas of improvement, become cost competitive. Look to expand your vendor base and prepare them to be a supply chain partners. Strong documentation capabilities. This is again necessary because for a comma and full stop, the LCs may come in problem or your contract may be in danger. So every document has to be read for comma, full stop before signing. This is a very big effort you will have to put. Under this, understand this is a long-term business goal. See, there are many benefits because of export, which I will cover up in later, but this is not one-time effort. People should take this as a 3 to 5 years or 10 years horizon, and this is a reasonably profitable for many MSMEs. Personally, I know who have become who have been benefited by export. Next, please. Custom clearance. These are necessary steps for exporters to understand and factor this in the cost as well as time. See, many people custom clearance, there are procedures. So that procedure you have to hand over either to some knowledgeable intermediary, and that cost has to be factored in your pricing. If you don't factor, you will be having a problem. Next, please. Government of India to encourage export has come out for SRED scheme. in 2000 with prime objective to enhance foreign investment and provide an internationally competitive and hassle-free environment for export. The idea was to promote export from the country and to provide the level playing field. Many SEZ has come up in the country and many tax concessions are available to those units in SEZ. So up to 75% of your item product you can sell it into country of export. Then only this is applicable. So you will have to find out what is suitable to you for your product and select SEZ accordingly. Next slide. Service export. This is again, I am going to be little elaborate because of demographic advantage and large English-speaking educated population. Many services can be exported from India. Export from India scheme is there. India is exporting software service of $150 billion, and this is growing at very healthy rate. Next. Lots of BPO services, business process outsourcing services, architectural services, audit services, and many such services has got large market in the world. See, there are many BPOs have come up, even medical transcription services come up in a large number. So various other services also can be offered to world as one-to-one basis where you know your customer well. India wants to reach $1 trillion service export as there are very less procedures. Everybody can look to it as a potential business. See, because there are no hassles, many hassles like in manufacturing export or merchandise export. Here restrictions are very less. So anybody, even a copywriter or a freelance journalist, they can also look as a service as an export market. Next. See, government has come out with PLI scheme, Production Link Incentive Scheme, is an initiative that provides incentive to all industry to boost local production. Government is encouraging PLI scheme in 14 sectors. Many foreign companies and domestic industry are participating in this. So many MSME component manufacturer will come up for taking up low technology component. Say like suppose if you have to make cell phones, the chargers, even charger pin can be made by local MSME to the specification what is required by mobile phone users. Say few years back, the cost of charger was some 300, 400 or 500 rupees. And now good quality chargers are available in the same range with the better quality. So that is where the advantage of PLI scheme will be. And next. This will create a lot of learning opportunity for adopting best practices. Suppose when you want to make a component for say mobile phone charger at the pin, how other people are doing, that technology can be adopted or production system can be adopted by you. Continuous kaizens, continuous cost reduction, continuous understanding the dynamics of vendor and suppliers, because the quantity will be in lakhs, if not crores. So you can plan your capacity according to them. 3 to 4 decades back, automobile has started in a big way, and it has given birth to strong component manufacturing capability. See, about 30-40 years back, when Maruti started coming in, they started developing the component base. When Maruti started 80% or 90% was product for in CKD basis, and they were assembling, and slowly they started developing local vendor base. And in last 35 years, 35 years, because of that base, in last 10 years, you will be finding lot many automobile manufacturers come to India because of existing infrastructure, and ultimately these ancillary suppliers have become so big, like Sona, and they are exporting that individual components to world as a market, and their exports are growing continuously. This has happened because automobile like Maruti or Hero Honda or TVS or Bajaj has come out with them with 3-4 decades back when we opened up Indian economy. Similar opportunity exists for consumer durables, mobile phones, technical textile, apparel, foods, etc. In between, sometime we lost an advantage in apparels, and Bangladesh and other countries have become suppliers to the world. But now we have, because with the production link incentive scheme, many apparel manufacturers will be coming up, and there will be ancillary work which can be given to MSME or micro enterprise. Food items also, there is a lot of, there is a large population of Indians staying in different parts of the world. So they still need the local spices, local masalas and all those things, and they are that is getting imported. Whenever I visit Australia and many other countries, I go to the department store, and when I find some item made by India, like namkeens or sweets, I definitely prefer to buy. So these are the advantage, and there is a large NRI missing, and because of that NRI population, foreign residents also have started adopting base food items, because see, generally America or Australia or Germany, they are habituated not to take spicy item, but once in a while they are taking this spicy item made by Indian exporters. Next, please. Now this moves me to improving operational efficiency improvement. See, if we want to grab this market of export, we will have to become operationally efficient to be competitive. In Second World War time, Japan was destroyed because of nuclear bomb, and they have come very fast in the international market because of their quality controls, their focus on reducing cost continuously. That is why Toyota production system has come up, and in that Toyota production system, and DMAC price also has come. Many quality improvement has come. Kaizen, 5S, TQM, TPM, and many such words are coming out from Japan, and later followed by America, and in our country also, Sundram fasteners. They have adopted this from the day one while thinking, and that is why they are continuously getting the DMAC price, which is a big reward for the quality production attitude they have got. And because of that, many such units have come up, and now India may be having at least 10 manufacturing companies having that DMAC recognition. Next, please. Sorry. Earlier one. So all manufacturing service exporters has to become cost competitive, as very low scope is there to improve prices. Today there is no, you cannot increase your prices, otherwise you will lose a customer. So only one to become reduce the cost of transaction ruthlessly by adopting best practices. Next, please. My company, SME Analytics, can provide services for MSMEs. We have developed a tool known as Babaji, Business Analytics, Business Augmentation Growth Information System. Here, see, which if you compare for last 3 years, you will be able to understand the area of improvement or cost optimization. Second thing is continuously cultivating your talent available, because your workers, they are working on the machinery. They come up with small ideas, and that ideas in Japanese language we can say kaizans, and that helps you to reduce cost, and that behavior worker behavior also can be predicted for absenteeism or attrition, and this will help you to continuously improve your quality as well as innovations. Third thing, which is very critical, digital transformation. All MSME after COVID has adopted some sort of digital transformation, but it has to go further deep. See, I find many MSME unit does not have a basic website, which is like your visiting card. Today, website is not costing that much, but it is your internationally recognized visiting card sort of a thing, you can say. After they are adopting certain accounting software, but they do not know full advantage. Many ERP software are available with ERP. ERP can help you to control your stock levels, your aging statements, many things which can help, and which will help you to reduce your cost. The other important marketing tool can be foreign or Indian embassy and association. Our embassies in foreign country can be used for expanding market reach, as one trade promotion officer will be there in all our embassies. Similarly, foreign companies also have got foreign countries, they have got their embassies here in India. This can be used. All large economic world will have their embassies. Large countries from the world will have their embassies in India. With that trade promotion officer, they can also help in export from India. Lot of spelling mistake. Like billion euro, billion. Next. Similarly, all countries will have association trade bodies to support various kind of collaboration, and they also can help to do matchmaking. Many trade associations all over world, including India, FICCI, CII, ASSOCHAM, can help to matchmake. A lot of foreign delegations, they come to India, like buyer sellers meet, or we also go to foreign countries under trade delegation, and we can explore a lot of matchmaking possibilities. Explore all possible way to increase export from India and make India Atmanirbhar Bharat. One of my good friends from Ahmedabad who recently visited Hyderabad also say a lot of things you can do from your home only. So this comes to end of my this thing. These are the services what we offer. We all have mentorship, advisory services to startup and MSME unit. We can provide virtual CFO services, and our model is based on premium model. See, our ultimate idea is to develop Z-score for MSME, which is a predictive insolvency risk that will help India to reduce the rate of growth of NPA in the banking sector. Yesterday also I was reading that NPA from MSME sector will be somewhere around 12.7%. And if we become, we use Babaji tool or cultivate talent, that rate of growth will reduce considerably. All our MSME entrepreneurs has to awaken from their slumber. They have to move from gut-based decision making to data-driven decision making. Next slide. I am happy to announce that HICIA Innovation Summit has awarded us as one of the top 10 startups in Hyderabad. Recently, we have been awarded by HICIA. Thanks, HICIA. Next slide. I am also permanent resident of Australia and also citizen of India. I am ready to offer my service as a director for Australian companies who want to expand in India. Similarly, I am ready to offer my services for Indian companies to expand in Australia. Next slide, please. Next slide. My next webinar will be on 30th/4/2022 for succession planning for MSMEs. It will be at 4 o'clock. Please participate in large number because succession planning, one entrepreneur who has started 30 years back will reach a reasonable level in 30 years. And if he does not find a proper succession, he will lose interest in running of the business because the children may have gone to foreign countries or they may have taken another job because they don't want to do hard work what we have done at our age, and that is creating a lot of imbalance in MSME sector because apart from losing tangible benefit, the brand building, many intangible assets the MSME entrepreneur has created will vanish. Next slide, please. I request everybody to subscribe for my YouTube channel. I think this may be my 35th or 50 or 68th webinar, and a lot of things you will learn from my old videos. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, it will help you to get recordings of old this thing. Thank you. Next slide. Thank you, everybody. And now we are open for question answers. Questions. Start fast.
What are the silent features of SEZ scheme? What are the silent features of SEZ scheme?
SEZ scheme. SEZ scheme has come up in some 2000 and government has allocated land infrastructure like in Bombay we have got Santa Cruz and electronic export this thing. In Kandla, near Kandla, we have got a large port where a lot of export units have come up. So similarly, they have sanctioned 30-40 industrial areas all over country from where a lot of exports can be done.
What is meant by RCMC and what is the cost of RCMC in India?
RCMC means registration cum membership certificate. It will be issued by respective export promotion council, and if your commodity or your item does not come, you can get it from Federation of Indian Exporters Organization. The advantage will be you will be getting refunds or subsidies or any incentives from these bodies only. There is a lot of procedure. The cost of RCMC will differ according to what item you want to export and respective export promotion council sites you will have to visit. Connect, connect.
Hello, Hanumantu sir. You can speak.
You can read out that question.
Better opportunity available for exporting agriculture products, fruits, vegetables, and grains.
I agree with you, Hanumantu sir, but because of India being low cost labor, if we can process that here and give a better packaging and other things, there are many opportunities available. Though we are exporting wheat or rice or government to government scheme or individually, like when I stay in Australia, I get a lot of Indian namkeens. Because that local namkeen has got a brand built up in my mind, I buy that there. So this is an advantage. Create a domestic market with a brand and look for export, more particularly in food industry, food processing industry, because many NRIs are staying in various parts of world. Next, please.
How do we sell today in B2B?
I have explained in detail. You will have to go to various B2B sites and look for opportunity. See, export is not just to walk over. It is not that easy. But yes, if you are passionate, if you are committed, and if you have got a business mind, you'll have to work hard or develop your subordinate staff to look for opportunities continuously. Once that gearing up has come, then it becomes practically automatic. Thank you. Next.
How are export services different from exporting goods?
Export of services and export of goods are totally different. In export of goods, physically goods moves out of our country to some other country. While services, we still stay here in India and we process some files or we process some data or we do the interpretation of the data or in like medical medical transcription. We used to convert that doctor's handwriting in a typed manner and send it. So many exporters, we can engage our local talent and look for an export for services. Architectural service is a big market. See, home renovation is a big market. There are a lot of these things. If you just get that data of the house, you can design and get an approval for that and you can earn in dollars. Next.
How do we go about initial pricing of our offering?
Yeah, connect. Hanumantu sir, please talk.
साहब गुड इवनिंग नमस्ते साहब.
Good, namaste sir.
बहुत अच्छा है प्रोग्राम. तो ये भी A to Z बहुत अच्छा है एक्सपोर्ट्स के बारे में सर.
अच्छा.
इसमें वन मोर अपॉर्चुनिटी ज्यादा है एग्रीकल्चर में. क्यों बोल तो बिकॉज ऑफ ग्रीन रेवोल्यूशन अब एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्शन इज इंक्रीज अ लॉट and even last year also our exports in agriculture products was very high. The same thing can be continued for fruit, vegetables, and also we could say food grains, all these spices that can be improved. I think
I agree, sir. I agree with you. See,
Yeah.
today we are exporting vegetables in plain roads, not truck
Yes, yes.
road.
Yes,
Plain
yes,
road from here to Dubai. We
Yes,
are
sir.
catering to all UAE market, and
yes,
with recent signing of free trade agreement with UAE, more possibilities has opened up. But what I am trying to tell, if we can process, like say turmeric, if we can process, dry up and pack in a proper quality, local value addition will be higher and it will give jobs to our Indian people. Suppose if we export raw turmeric,
Yes.
then they will have to process and this thing. So some jobs will go there. So
Yes.
here we can create a processing sector. That is why Government of India and our Telangana government are insisting to set up many food processing units near where the production is happening, like tomato ketchup, or particularly being Telugu, what is that?
Priya
Tomato,
pickles,
Priya pickles and Priya tomato chutneys.
ketchup.
Then chutneys, that
Chutney,
what you
chutneys,
take with rice.
Ah.
That all are getting exported. I have taken that in my Australian this thing. So when I take rice, I like that taste and I bring that from Indian shop. So there is a large market. Many NRIs can consume this. And I see how much, when I used to go to Australia early years, I will take less cloth and more spice with me, because that may not be available 25
Yes, yes.
years back. So
Yes,
there
yes.
is a large market, and everybody, one of my friend, one Mr. Ramkrishna Rao, he says that coconut powder can be exported. Good coconut is available in Chikmagalur area.
Yes,
So
yes.
there are, see, you should be open. Today, one more statistics, manufacturing export is only 35%, and merchandise export is 65% of the export basket. What does
Yes.
it indicate? Because our MSMEs either are not aware, or they don't want to take advantage, or they are lazy. They don't want to become this thing. They are ready to give it to export house. They themselves can do. So that and improve their profit margins.
So in some seasons, many of the agriculture products will be the high production, and that is a lot of scope for processing and exporting also.
That is what I'm trying to tell.
You can say mangoes, tomato, and all these things can be seasonal based. That will be processing that is.
Few years back when I was in America, Alfonso only was the name of the mango which was famous. Now today Kesar and Badam and all that kind of mango varieties are available there. And people are eagerly waiting. It is nicely packed and exported. So there are a lot of possibility. All entrepreneurs have to arise to the occasion so that India reaches $5 trillion economy. My effort in see that first picture what I have shown is a auto, that is industry and MSME, export and services that can lead to $5 trillion economy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
How do we go about initial pricing of our offering?
Very good question. I have elaborately said this in my third or fourth slide. First thing, you will have to select the currency in which your buyer is ready to take. Generally, dollar is accepted as a US dollar is accepted as a currency. But what are your government incentives? Because no importer all the importers will have enough data on FTAs and cooperation agreement. From that they understand this is under the WTO guidelines. So this is the concessions he is going to get. So exporter is going to get. So the pricing has to be done in all the costing and this thing. Your export promotion council will be able to help you how to price them. And once you start learning by little calculation mistakes or something, it will give you a understanding, deep understanding of pricings. So that you will have to go through that procedures. Next, please. We are running short of time. So, any question? Last question. You have to talk there.
What are the maximum benefits from Atmanirbhar Bharat to MSME sectors?
See, Atmanirbhar Bharat is a aspirational statement made by Mr. Modi that we should stand on our own legs, and that is to arouse the aspiration of youth, because our average age of our Indian is 26, 27 years. So if that aspiration our leader can give it, if we will become, will arise the desire to become self-sufficient. He does not mean that whatever is not possible you make here. He means what is available, optimize the use, increase your cost competitiveness, approach the world as a market. Don't look to your GD Matra or Balanagar as a territory of your customers, and increase your continuous capacity, increase more jobs. That is the philosophy. It is not that otherwise make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, these are all various name given to promote the entrepreneurship, Startup India, Stand Up India for particular SC/ST employees. This is a continuous process where political leadership are trying to imbibe the philosophy, economic philosophy in the entrepreneur's mindset, or young college students coming out of college. He is saying, don't become job taker, you become job giver. That means he is trying to encourage the entrepreneurship. So thank you, everybody. Any further questions? Thank you. I will meet you next week for succession planning for MSME next on 30th April. Bye-bye. अभी आ गए क्या अमित?